Here are 6 challenges for INFJs in modern society. Number 1. Authenticity in online identity. Navigating the delicate balance between authenticity and the constructed identity required by social media platforms can pose a nuanced challenge for INFJs. These individuals value honesty and genuine connections, seeking meaningful interactions that resonate with their inner selves. However, the curated nature of online profiles and the pressure to conform to certain norms can create a conflict between their authentic selves and their online personas. INFJs often approach their online presence with a desire to share their thoughts, insights, and experiences in a way that reflects their true selves. They appreciate depth in conversations and prefer interactions that align with their values and principles. The challenge emerges when they encounter the expectation to present a version of themselves that might cater to popularity, trends, or the desire for external validation. The authenticity INFJs strive for might appear at odds with the superficial nature of certain social media interactions. They may hesitate to share personal details, fearing that the complexities of their emotions and thoughts won't be fully understood in a digital context. This can lead to a struggle between their genuine desire for meaningful engagement and the need to fit into the mold that social media often dictates. Furthermore, the pressure to maintain a certain image online can be emotionally taxing for INFJs. They may find themselves crafting posts or content that align with trends or garner attention, even if they don't fully represent their inner selves. This dissonance between their authentic values and the performative aspects of social media can create a sense of unease and internal conflict. Number 2. Unspoken emotional weight. Unspoken emotional weight is a subtle but significant challenge that INFJs may encounter in their interactions with others. INFJs possess a profound depth of emotions and an innate ability to empathize with the feelings of those around them. However, this empathetic nature can sometimes lead to them carrying the unspoken emotional burdens of others, creating a complex and intricate dynamic within their own emotional landscape. As natural listeners and compassionate individuals, INFJs often find themselves in the role of confidants and sources of support for friends, family, and even acquaintances. While they willingly offer a lending ear and a caring heart, the unspoken emotional weight of others' troubles can accumulate over time. INFJs might absorb the struggles, worries, and pains of those they interact with, without always having an outlet to process these emotions themselves. This challenge can lead to a profound sense of responsibility, and even a feeling of being overwhelmed by the emotions of others. INFJs may internalize the sadness, frustration, or anxiety that they encounter, causing a complex interplay between their own feelings and those of people they care about. This emotional amalgamation can become burdensome, potentially impacting their mental and emotional well-being. Furthermore, the reluctance to burden others with their own feelings might prevent INFJs from seeking the support they need. So while they willingly offer a safe space for others to express themselves, they might hesitate to do the same, feeling that their own emotional experiences might be overshadowed by the weight of others' troubles. Number 3. Aligning career with passion. Aligning one's career with passion is a subtle yet powerful challenge that INFJs often face. Driven by a deep desire for meaningful and purposeful work, INFJs seek careers that resonate with their core values and allow them to contribute positively to the world. However, the journey to finding a career that aligns perfectly with their passions can be intricate and multifaceted. For INFJs, work isn't merely a means of earning a living, it's an avenue through which they can make a meaningful impact. This deep-seated yearning for purpose can sometimes lead to a sense of restlessness when their current career path doesn't feel congruent with their aspirations. The challenge lies in bridging the gap between their idealistic visions and the practical constraints of the job market. The complex landscape of career options can pose a dilemma for INFJs. Their multifaceted interests and desire for a holistic approach might lead to exploration across various fields, making it challenging to pinpoint a single path that aligns perfectly with their passions. This exploration can, at times, create a sense of uncertainty and self-doubt as they navigate different opportunities. Furthermore, societal expectations and external pressures can sometimes lead INFJs to pursue careers that offer stability or status rather than fulfillment. Balancing their intrinsic motivations with external influences can create a conflict between pursuing their passions and conforming to expectations. If you are enjoying our content, please give this video a like, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. Number 4. Seeking authentic connections. Seeking authentic connections is a subtle yet deeply significant challenge for INFJs in a world that often thrives on superficial interactions. Driven by a genuine desire for meaningful relationships, INFJs value connections that are built on shared values, deep conversations, and mutual understanding. However, the process of finding such connections can be intricate and at times disheartening. INFJs longing for authenticity can sometimes clash with the prevalent culture of surface-level interactions. They yearn for connections that go beyond small talk and delve into profound topics, yet the digital age's emphasis on quick communication and image crafting can make it difficult to find individuals who share this desire. The challenge is further amplified by INFJ's innate ability to perceive the authenticity of others. They can quickly discern when a connection lacks depth or sincerity, and this can lead to a sense of isolation as they struggle to find like-minded individuals who value authenticity as much as they do. The process of seeking authentic connections requires INFJs to be vulnerable, which ironically can be uncomfortable for them. Sharing their thoughts, emotions, and experiences with others involves opening themselves up to the possibility of rejection or misunderstanding. This vulnerability can be challenging, especially in a world that often rewards self-presentation and masks over authenticity. Moreover, INFJ's selectiveness when it comes to friendships and relationships can also contribute to the challenge. They would rather have a few deep connections than many shallow ones, but this can lead to a prolonged search for those who truly resonate with them on a profound level. Number 5. Idealism in a practical world. Navigating the delicate balance between idealism and the practical realities of the world is a subtle yet significant challenge that INFJs often encounter. Rooted in their innate desire for positive change and their vision of a better world, INFJs often find themselves grappling with the complexities and limitations of the world as it is. INFJs possess a deeply ingrained sense of idealism that propels them to envision a world characterized by compassion, understanding, and harmony. This idealistic perspective can motivate them to pursue endeavors that align with their values and contribute to meaningful change. However, the challenge arises when they encounter the practical constraints, conflicts, and compromises that real-world situations demand. The tension between their idealistic aspirations and the pragmatic demands of reality can be emotionally taxing for INFJs. Their passionate pursuit of ideals can sometimes lead to frustration when faced with the slow pace of progress or the challenges that arise in implementing their visions. The contrast between the world as it should be and the world as it is can create a sense of disillusionment. Moreover, the complexities of modern society can sometimes necessitate compromise, which can be difficult for INFJs who hold their principles steadfastly. Number 6. Maintaining boundaries online. Maintaining boundaries in the digital realm presents a subtle yet significant challenge for INFJs. These individuals value authentic connections and empathy, often making them approachable and willing to engage with others on a deeper level. However, the blurred lines between online and offline interactions can lead to difficulties in setting and maintaining personal boundaries. INFJ's empathetic nature can sometimes result in them becoming unintentional sounding boards for others' emotions and concerns. And while they genuinely want to offer support, the challenge arises when they find themselves overwhelmed by the emotional baggage of individuals they interact with online. The inability to physically disconnect or create emotional distance can lead to emotional fatigue and burnout. The challenge also extends to the pressure to be constantly accessible and responsive. In a world driven by instant communication, INFJs might feel obligated to respond promptly to messages or notifications, even when it encroaches on their personal time or emotional well-being. This can lead to difficulties in carving out space for themselves and their own needs. Hope this was helpful. If so, check out these videos on screen.